Oi you, listen up. I'm going to have my say.
G'day guys, this is a bit of a response to 3 videos about stuff that have happened that I've been watching on, or one particular subscriber called the Fat Aussie Bastard. There's been a bit of a barney with a couple of other YouTube people around the place. And there's another person, Epodcentral, just responding to them. They haven't had a barney with the Fat Aussie Bastard so much. And Slaxxxer, who I guess is the main bloke who he's had a barney with. Just doing a bit of a video just to respond to all 3. There's some points that they brought up in their videos which just got me thinking, more so in Epodcentral's video, and I just thought I'd have a bit of my say, because that's what I call my channel, that's my say. Okay, so I'll just sort of start with Fab's thing first. I don't agree with everything that Fab does or says in his videos. Some of it I find quite entertaining, and a lot of his light-hearted stuff is pretty good. He has his little cartoons which are a bit funny sometimes, and I don't mind watching him. If there's a video that he puts on and I don't like it, I just switch it off and just move on to the next one. And that's what I think. It'd be a lot better if people do that. If they don't like something, you don't have to comment about it, and generally that's what I do. If I don't like something, I generally don't give it the energy and don't comment on it. If I comment on something, it's usually because I like it and I'm telling the person, hey, great video, I loved it, all that sort of stuff. When Fab did put his video on giving Slaxxxer a bit of a serve, he asked his subscribers to go and say hello, as he said, and I guess I fell in line a bit there, and I did that, and it's something that I won't do again. If someone's got a problem with someone, then they can just take it out between the two of them. They can sort it out themselves. I don't need to become the meat in the sandwich, so to speak. He just did his video, his kids video, which I thought I'll get in on as well while I'm here. I've looked at the Disney conspiracies. I think the conspiracy is a pretty loose one. I haven't looked at the whole movie. I suppose I'd have to go to original to see if they're really there. The videos where I've seen the little subliminal messages and stuff, I'm just not sure whether they're engineered to prove a point, but who knows. As far as the language around the kids, asking kids if they know what a blowjob is and that sort of stuff, and I know you've already had criticism of it anyway, whatever, I'll just say it. It's really poor form, and offering young kids like that alcohol and stuff, even though I know you're only joking and you don't mean it, and it was all a character thing, but you know there are some subscribers there who take the Fat Aussie Bastard to heart and don't really place a difference between Pete and a Fat Aussie Bastard. As far as they're concerned, they're all in the one, and even though it's not your intention, you sort of do need to be aware of that. Yeah, like I said, I fell into line with Fab's video. I sort of wish I hadn't now, and like I'll tell you, I won't be doing anything like that again. The video that he did a response to the other night with to Epodcentral, I had a look at it, and I agreed with a lot of what she said, and it got me thinking a lot about what was going on here, all the hate and that sort of stuff that was going around. There's enough of that stuff going on in the world without any more of it going on, and yeah, it'd be nice if people, if you don't like it, you don't actually even have to say that you don't like it. I mean, if you think someone's going in the wrong direction or they're losing track, yeah, fair enough, but I mean, you don't have to, if you don't like something, you don't need to go on and call them names and that sort of stuff. It's just a bit silly, really. Yeah, and I've looked at a few more of her videos, and yeah, she's got a lot of good things to say. And I mean, even she says that she's got a few things in her past that she's sorting out, and all the power to her. I think we've all got things in our past that we need to sort out, and there's probably a lot of people out there who don't do that, and that could be why they're so full of hate and that sort of thing. But anyway, that's a whole other thing, and that's a personal thing for people to decide to do themselves. But more power to you, Epod, for doing that. That's a good thing to do. Moving on to Slaxxxer. Now, I left a message on your wall, on your channel, like I said I did, and I'll go through that a little bit later on. But anyway, your latest video that the Fat Aussie Bastard referred to in his little talk, talking about Epod's video, I had a look at that, and you talked about group mentality and how there's been a lot of bad events in history that have occurred as a result of people falling into that group mentality and just following a leader, good or bad, blindly without thinking about it for themselves. And yeah, I fell into that, and it was a silly thing to do. You mentioned Hitler, and there's a long line of them. There's plenty of them throughout history, and I think there's some lessons to be learned there, that just because some great leader tells you to do something, whether Fab's a great leader or anything, that's for people to decide for themselves. If they want him to be their leader, that's up to them. But yeah, when someone just tells you to go and not like someone, even though you know nothing about them, hey, take a think about it and decide for yourself whether you like them or not. Maybe get to know them a bit first. Okay, it's probably the best thing to do. But yeah, you put that well, Slaxxxer. The group behaviour thing, it's something that people fall into easily. Anyway, I'll move on to the comment that I made, and I'll just read it out just so people know what I said. Okay, my comment was, Dave, you're a sad man. I haven't just taken Fab's word for it. I've had a look at some of your videos for myself. You need to sort yourself out and take care of your family. You can try to hate society if you like, but it will get you nowhere. Get a haircut and get a real job. I'll go through that a bit. Dave, you're a sad man. Well, okay, whether you're sad or not, like, your videos are pretty deep and philosophical. To some people that may appear to be sad and that sort of stuff. Hey, I'll have to say I don't know whether you're sad. Off camera, when you're having fun and playing with your family and that sort of stuff, hey, you might be the happiest person in the world, and yeah, I don't know anything of that. Yeah, I didn't just take Fab's word for it. I did have a look at a few videos, but I'll also say that I had a look at them in a mindset that was created by Fab's original video. So yeah, it was a bit of a slander. I've had a look at a few more since then, and I quite like them. Like I said, they're pretty deep and philosophical. They get you thinking about stuff. Yeah, have a pretty good insight into the human psyche, I think, about the way people work, and it's interesting listening to your thoughts. You need to sort yourself out and take care of your family. Well, who am I to say whether you need to sort yourself out or not? That's, if there are things to sort out and whether you want to do that, that's a decision for you to make. And your family, well, I'm sure you're looking after them. I mean, you don't fit the stereotypical picture that society might want you to look like, but you certainly don't look underfed or medically neglected or anything like that, and I'd imagine your family don't either. And like I said, I don't know you, so to make a judgment like that, it's really not my thing. You can hate society if you like, but it will not get you. It will get you nowhere. I mean, I've got a personal belief myself in that it's always easier to work inside a system than outside it. You can get more benefit, make change easier and that sort of stuff working with a system. You don't have to be working within the total boundary of the rules. The rules are very flexible things that the boundaries can be pushed out on a bit from time to time. Yeah, and I mean that's my choice. That's the way I choose to live. I live inside sort of normal society, and yeah, that's my choice. How other people choose to live is up to them. Whether they want to live within the system or outside the system or merge between the two, that's up to them. Get a haircut and get a real job. Well, as you can see, I'm probably jealous there. I have limited options in terms of hairdo, so yeah, people can do their hair any way they bloody well want. And get a real job. Again, I don't know you. I don't know whether or not you've got a job. If you do have a job, again, like I said, I don't know, but if you do have a job, I don't know what you do for a job. And unless you want to tell people, it's none of their business really. I guess so. I guess what I'm just trying to say, just cutting to the chase here, is that just because someone tells you to go and hate someone else doesn't mean you have to do it. And it's probably a good reason not to do it, unless you actually know that person and you do actually honestly hate them. And if you do hate them, why say anything to them at all? Just move on and just part your separate ways. Just because you hate someone, you don't need to tell them. you don't need to have anything to do with them. But the world would be a better place if people just moved on instead of trying to tell people how much they hate them. It'll be interesting to see how many hater comments I get from this, if I get any at all. This channel isn't very old. I have a personal channel of mine. I've been watching YouTube for a long time. I have followed FAB for a little while. Hey, if I get some, good luck to them. I mean, FAB says people talking shit makes him famous. Well, I'll jump on a bit of that fame, maybe. Not really, but hey, if any haters out there want to drop me a comment, down there they go. Yep, so that's it. That's my say. What's your say? Let us know. Drop a comment if you like. Subscribe up there if you want. And yeah, tell us your part. Okay, see ya.
Well, that's my say. What do you reckon?